Every good story needs a good main character or protagonist, and here are some tips on creating your own good protagonists. Number one, get to know them. Create a character fact file. Consider basic stuff like who they are, their age, what their family setup is, where they live, but also consider other things that reveal more about what they're like as a person, such as their hobbies. What are their strengths and what are their weaknesses? And perhaps most interestingly of all, what are they afraid of and what would they like to achieve? Sometimes it's the negative things like their weaknesses and fears that are actually most revealing about characters, so do include those as well as positive traits. Number two, when you're thinking about your story, make sure that your protagonist is active rather than passive. Now, active just simply means that they have something that they are trying to do. They are making things happen. Whereas a passive protagonist is something that the story just happens to. They don't tend to be so interesting to read about because they're not trying to do something. They could just be anyone. So remember that your protagonist should be doing stuff. Which brings me to number three, your protagonist needs to want something. They need to want to be trying to achieve something. Now, if you're writing a murder mystery, for example, they might want to solve the murder. Why do they want to solve the murder? Why it is important to them. If it is a romance story, they might want to get a date with their crush. Why do they like that crush so much? Why is it important? It's really crucial to have characters that want things because that influences how they go from A to B in the story. And for added fun, make sure you throw some obstacles in their way, things that stop them getting what they want. That brings their story to life and gives you lots of ideas for exciting things that can happen on your protagonist's journey.